Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya and Aurora. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across a video that really got me very sad. Why? It is because the person that said it is someone that looked like me and also an elderly person. There are some things, like we do not expect an elder to say, and there are some things we expect them to say. Like I am going to make this clear. It is okay to have different political view, but what is not okay is lying against your own people or against my own people because that is really not okay, right? So you all already remember that if you can remember, like there has been stories about Venezuela getting into people's places, spaces, and all that. And the news came out to debunk that. And then the person that raised that said that if we are going to talk about sundown towns, like we still have sundown towns, and they are busy talking about Venezuela invading places and all that. And then somebody stitched the video saying, are you talking about sundown town when people are protecting their town from people that look like me from invading them? And I am asking, who is invading who? Because last I checked, that is not what sundown town is all about. Last I checked, I cannot remember someone that looked like me invading anybody's space. But it is the other way around because people that look like me, they wrote it clearly that you are not supposed to pass a certain place at a certain time. Let's get into.
I don't know if y'all heard, but that whole Venezuelan gang apartment takeover has been debunked. It's on. I'm about to provide a video clip from a news station. But my question is, how come everybody's in an uproar about the Venezuelan gang apartment takeover when white people take over towns? Sundown town, that's a whole town. If you're a black person or a person of color, you cannot move to these towns. But there's no frustrations about that. There's no outrage about that. Now I'm about to get in the clip. I just wanted to share that.
A judge says the landlord, described by Aurora's mayor as an out-of-state slumlord, must do more to help people who lived in their now-closed apartment complex. The court order is in response to a class action lawsuit from tenants detailing years of concerns about living conditions there.
This is about landlords fundamentally failing to comply with their obligations under Colorado law and nothing else.
Benjamin DeGoli is an attorney representing a former resident at the apartment complex at Colfax and Nome in Aurora. His client was one of the 300 or so people evicted from those apartments yesterday. The city shut down the building for a history of code violations. The city says it's the first time they've done that to an entire complex. In the class action lawsuit filed Monday, attorneys outlined frequent complaints about flooding, black mold, rodent infestations, busted heating, a lack of hot water, issues dating back to 2021. The suit claims the problems really came to a head earlier this year when the property owners effectively walked away. They stopped paying the water bill and stopped paying for trash pickup. Now, the property management company, CBZ Management, along with conservative city council members, say that the landlord is not to blame, that a Venezuelan gang took over the complex. The city of Aurora, Mayor Mike Kaufman, and now this new lawsuit say the root issue is the landlord's neglect of that property that dates back years.
These landlords also allowed an unsafe environment to persist and likely fomented criminal activity. Numerous residents complained that the exterior doors to the building were never secured, broken windows were never repaired, the gates to the building were never repaired and were often left open.
So a district court judge is requiring the management company to provide a habitable unit or a hotel room for any evicted resident who wants one. That order lasts for 2 weeks unless a judge extends it. The lawsuit ultimately seeking back rent for residents who have lived at that complex since 2022.
Apartment takeover when white people take over towns. Sundown town.
Are you really serious, bro? White people, let me explain something to you. Sundown towns are where white people live. They bought homes there. That's their way of protecting their homes. They don't want black folks moving into their neighborhoods because black folks have a history of destroying where they live at. Okay? Just look at the hood. Look at when black folks move into suburban neighborhoods. And many times, not all the time, but in many cases, chaos break loose. So these are white folks that's protecting where they live, those sundown towns. Now, I think Black Americans should learn to do the same thing because, as you know, Black Americans have been terrorized by their own people, gangbangers, drug dealers, okay? Look at all the chaos that take place in the so-called Black American neighborhoods. Black people don't protect Black people, okay? You know that Black people, somebody can break into somebody's house. You sitting there watching them break in. And then when the police ask you, did you see anything? Oh, I ain't see nothing. I ain't see nothing. Nobody snitches. So white people have a right to protect where they live at. Now, when it comes to Colorado, it's alleged that these Venezuela gangs went in there. Now, we all saw these Venezuelans go in there armed. Okay? So if it's been debunked, where did those Venezuelans with firearms come from breaking into that house? Was that the only apartment that was targeted? And where was the police? Okay? Because we know in the so-called Black American neighborhood, not just in the Black neighborhood, just around America, a Black man could have a cell phone and could be running from the cops and be shot in the back. This happened under the Democrats, the same people that you vote into office. We talked about what was going to happen years ago. And social media, YouTube and TikTok removed our videos. We said that this was coming and they removed our videos. Okay. So what you see happening in Aurora, now the media is trying to cover it up, saying that it was debunked. It never happened. But we all saw those young men go up in there with those firearms. While at the same time, Kamala Harris, the Democrats, Joe Biden is trying to take away our Second Amendment rights. They're trying to disarm American citizens while the borders are wide open and we have known terrorists and gangbangers that's flooding this country, but yet they want us to be unarmed. Why? Why do the Democrats want us to be unarmed? Because once they unarm American citizens, then they're able to do what they want to do with American citizens. And then American citizens have no means to fight back. They have no means to defend themselves. Listen to all the stories of people being kidnapped, human trafficked. Their kids are being threatened on school buses. And I don't know why when parents hear this, they don't go to these school, number one, like my sons, when they were growing up, they didn't take the school bus. We drove them to work. We drove them to school and I picked them up. Throughout the day, I went to their schools to check up on them to make sure everything was okay. All right. So more parents need to do that and not just depend upon your kid taking the bus to school. And even when my sons did take the bus, and it was for a very short time, it was probably for about not even a month, I was right there to make sure they were on that bus. I made sure that they were at school, okay, that they got there safely. And if I heard of anything happening at school, I was there. There's times I left my job on my lunch break just to go check on my sons at school. The principal, all the teachers, they knew me. So when I walked in, I just walked right up to their classroom. Didn't have to stop at the office because they saw me. They said, okay, how you doing? You know, and I went on up to the school, and on my way out, I stopped by the office. Okay. But they knew who I was. And if they had a problem with one of my sons, They did not hesitate to give me a call because they knew it was going to be dealt with. I'm not going up to the school to jump on the teachers. Okay. So now the media is trying to say that it didn't happen, but yet we saw, and I have videos on my page that's showing these young men going up in there with firearms. But yet the Biden administration is trying to disarm legal citizens, not gangbangers, not people with illegal firearms. They're trying to disarm people that have not committed crime, that's not criminals. Why is it that they want to take away our right to defend ourselves so bad? And there's people like you that's going to support that until it's too late. So, nah, bro, it's all cap, as the young people say. I don't say that because I'll be 64 this year, you know, but it's all cap, man. They're lies. Okay, so
this is all I got from this video. And I'm sorry that I will be doing this, but I know people are entitled to their opinion, right? But there are some things that are not right. And I don't want to sit where people are saying things that are not right, right? Mr. Free Thinker, Hebrew Free Thinker, I really do appreciate your work. And I have been following you for a while. But what you just said right now is you are actually capping. You said you are 60 something years and you are not supposed to be using capping, right? I am still, it is my word right now, and I am going to use capping, and you are actually capping. Because all this that you run down right now is very disrespectful to your own people, to my own people, right? Why did I say that? Number one is that you made mention of Sundown Town being white people's town, right? Where they defend themselves. So I am going to say, what are they defending themselves from? Who are they defending themselves from? Because I do not understand why in 2024 there is still sundown towns. And it's even your audacity coming out to tell us that it is a way of them defending their or protecting their own town from my own people. Now I am going to ask, from my own people, how are they defending their own community or defending their town? That somebody will be passing through a particular town and then you drop off or probably stop at the petrol station to buy something, and that is where the problem starts, right? Sometimes we do not hear or listen to ourselves, some of the things we say. We are adults, and there are some things, like there is what we say where I come from. An elder should not be in the house and a goat dies, right? Because if you're an elder and you are seeing a goat dying, as an elder that you are supposed to know what is wrong, especially when it is like I don't know, but you are supposed to know what is going on. So right now it is me watching you tell lies right in front of me, right? I mean, this is really this is uncalled for. This is not nice. This is like absolutely disgusting. I mean, hearing this from you, right? That my own people are going to their own town to do what? What are they going? They are probably passing through. Or okay, wait. Is there a particular place they said that someone that look like me is not supposed to pass? Like in general, without a sundown town. Why all of a sudden there is a signage saying that do not let the sun do this thing on you, especially for people that look like me? There are some things we shouldn't defend because it is wrong. When you see something that is bad, say it out. Now, I hear a lot of people talking about this Venezuela thing, and I took my time. I went to other people's pages to check what is going on. As in, like they say, Venezuela, and I learned that it is actually, I mean, like, you all already know it's election period. And during election period, so many things are bound to happen. So many stories are bound because every party wants to, like, do all they can to make sure that the other party doesn't win, right? Now you all are so busy shifting blames on the person that is supposed to be getting the blame. And now you standing out here to blame my own people for something that they know nothing about. So in essence, you are telling me that it is okay for people that look like me to probably go out and do not and don't come back. And you all know what it means when we go out and don't come back, what it means. I remember there are so many other people that look like me that went out probably and never they did not come back anymore, and some ended up with parts in different places. If this is what you are justifying or what you are trying to tell me, that somebody is protecting his or her own territory by making sure that the other person is harmed, or like it's not in good position, or like not in good place, then you are a great liar. I am sorry to say this, but this really needed to be said, right? We all can be. See, I do not have problem with people supporting a particular person, especially when it comes to election. It is okay. We must not have the same political idea. We must not have the same political view. That it's okay. I do not have problem with that. Well, the only place I am going to have problem is when you see what is wrong and you say it is right. And when you see blue and you call it red, that is where I have problem with people. But people's opinion, everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. But when you come out to lie, it is like it is not okay. It's not cool. And this is where I'm going to stop. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.